Chapter 8 explores the process of photosynthesis. This is important to all life on Earth. Photosynthesis is how the Earth captures energy from the sun to turn it into stores of chemical energy that we can use as fuel. Photosynthesis is a series of reactions that can convert solar energy from the sun into carbohydrates. The organisms that can do photosynthesis are called autotrophs. The prefix auto means self, and the suffix troph means food. They are also called producers as they produce their own food. All plants are autotrophs, but they are not the only one. Some protists, such as algae, and a group of eubacteria called cyanobacteria, are also capable of photosynthesis. The carbohydrates these autotrophs make are the base of almost every food chain on Earth. Other organisms eat autotrophs as a source of fuel. Organisms that must consume food are called heterotrophs, or consumers. We're going to focus on photosynthesis that occurs in the leaves of plants. In order for photosynthesis to occur, the leaf needs the reactants water and carbon dioxide. Water is absorbed by the roots of the plant located in the soil. The water must then be transported all the way up to the leaf in vascular tissue, like this vein. Carbon dioxide can just diffuse through the openings in the bottom of the leaf called stomata. Stoma means opening or mouth. Once in the leaf, the water and the carbon dioxide diffuse into the chloroplast, located in the mesophyll cells. The chloroplast is surrounded by a double membrane. Inside of the double membrane is filled with a fluid called stroma. Don't confuse stomata and stroma. Remember, stomata are the opening under the leaf, while the stroma is the liquid inside the chloroplast. There is another membrane within the stroma called the thylakoid. The thylakoid is highly folded sacs that are organized into stacks called grana. The space inside the thylakoid is called the thylakoid space. Photosynthesis occurs in two main reactions. The light reactions occur across the membrane of the thylakoid, and the Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma, the liquid inside the chloroplast. This is the simplified overall chemical equation of photosynthesis. The reactants needed are light energy, carbon dioxide, and water. The reaction makes the products glucose and oxygen. The oxygen that is produced from photosynthesis comes from the water molecules. This was discovered using a radioactively labeled oxygen isotope. Remember that isotopes have a different number of neutrons, which makes the molecule heavier. When the heavy carbon dioxide was given to plants, it did not appear in the oxygen gas that was produced. The heavy oxygen was then used to make water. When the heavy water was given to the plant, it did produce heavy oxygen gas. This showed that the oxygen plants give off for us to breathe comes from the water they absorb in their roots. These products of photosynthesis are extremely important for life on Earth. Plants provide the oxygen we need to breathe and the sugar we use for fuel. Both of these are the reactants for the process of cellular respiration. As we progress through the steps of photosynthesis, we'll see two main reactions. The first reaction is called the light reaction. The light reaction occurs on the thylakoid membrane. In this reaction, we use solar energy as the energy source to turn water into oxygen gas. This is a catabolic process that will release free energy. The energy will be stored in the energy molecule ATP and on the electron shuttle molecule NADPH. NADPH is very similar to the electron shuttle used in cellular respiration, NADH. The second reaction is the Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma to turn carbon dioxide into sugar. Notice that the Calvin cycle does not actually need any light energy. Instead, the Calvin cycle uses the ATP and the NADPH produced in the light reactions to power the anabolic process of building sugars like glucose.